Hello everybody, welcome to Yuki Cooks. Today's recipe, chicken burgers. I always thought that making chicken burgers would be very easy, but no, it was not like that. Making the chicken patty for the chicken burgers can be quite challenging because most of the time we need a proper binder to bind the chicken, but you can't use cornstarch. So there's a secret ingredient to bind the chicken properly. Keep watching. Also, we've made our own buns. It's at the end of the video. So let's start off. First, we'll trim the edges of our lettuce leaves. Also, I request you to please subscribe to my channel. Now slice 3 to 4 medium onions. Keep them aside. We'll be caramelizing them. Okay? Now slice 3 to 4 medium tomatoes. Keep them aside. We'll be caramelizing them too. Slice 2 green chilies and keep them aside. Take a kilo of chicken mince and add the chopped green chilies to it. Add a teaspoon of black pepper powder, 2 tablespoons of oregano, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika powder, and a dash of salt. We won't be adding the salt right away. We'll add it later. Now here's the magic ingredient or the secret ingredient. It's a tablespoon of mayonnaise. We'll use this to bind the chicken. Okay? We cannot add anything to bind the chicken. Otherwise, your chicken will either become very hard or it'll start flowing all over the places. Now mix nicely. Use your spoon or a hand. Hands will be much better. Okay? So make sure that your hands are wet before you start to shape your burger patty. Here you are. I've shaped the burger patty like this, and you can make all the patties and keep them aside. Now we start to cook it. Okay? Add oil to a hot pan and drop in your burger patty. And please don't add onions or parsley or anything like that, otherwise your burger patties will start flowing. Okay? Now you can add the remaining salt. The reason why I added a little bit of salt before is because the salt will make the chicken flow all over the place. Now season it with some black pepper powder, and after that you can cover it with a lid and cook it on a slow flame for 10 minutes. Now you can remove the lid and you can flip the chicken patties like this. Okay, you can see it's nice and golden. If you put the lid on and cook it, it will be very soft and very moist. Here you can see they are nice and golden. Put the lid back on and lower the flame. Top it off with cheese slices and cover it for 1 minute, and it's done. You can keep it separately. Now we'll caramelize our onions. Okay, if you like to use raw onions, you can totally skip this step. Season it with some salt, some black pepper powder, and a little bit of oregano. Flip them and caramelize them properly like this. Okay, you don't have to cook them, they should be caramelized. You can do the same with the tomatoes. Okay, they are also caramelized. Now you can take your buns and you can just grill them with a knob of butter. Now let's assemble our burger. You can apply mayonnaise to the lower half of your bun. Okay, like this. Add the lettuce leaf and spread it nicely. Okay, don't let them bunch up. Now you can add some caramelized onions. Spread them evenly. Add your caramelized tomatoes and put 1 patty on top of the burger. Okay? If you want, you can add a dash of black pepper powder. Okay? Now you can put on the cheese slice and spread mayonnaise over the top bun. Now you can add another piece of lettuce leaf. Put the lid on with the top bun, and your best burger is ready. Okay? And it's very economical. Take 500 grams of all-purpose flour and add a teaspoon of salt to it. Give it a nice mix. Add 2 teaspoons of sugar and 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of yeast. I'm using dry yeast. Now I'm adding 2 teaspoons of gluten powder. This is totally optional. Add 1 egg, and after that give it all a nice mix. Make a well in the center of your flour, and now we'll be adding some warm milk. Okay, we'll be adding milk slowly. We won't add milk all in a one go, otherwise it might become too sticky and messy. Okay, so add the milk slowly and mix it with the help of a spoon. But eventually, you'll have to use your hands. And don't worry, it's not that messy. It's very nice to use your hands. You can use a stand mixer, but then a lot of us don't have stand mixers. So you can use your hands. It's perfectly okay. Okay? So now you can just roll it, and after that you'll have to work in the dough. We have to stretch the dough like this. Okay? Don't worry, everything will come together very nicely. You just have to keep on rubbing it like this, okay, on your countertop. Okay? Use the ends of your palm here like this and just rub it in. Okay? You just have to stretch the dough. Make it into a nice ball, and after that we'll leave it for proving. We'll be proving this for 4 to 6 hours depending on the temperature of the country that you live in. Okay? Now that the proving is done and our dough is ready. Okay? Now let's remove all the air bubbles from the dough. Do like this. Add flour to your countertop, and now we will be making our buns. Okay? Roll in your dough like this, and after that we'll be making circles for our buns. Okay? Just make it into a circle like this. I'll be making 8 buns out of this, so I'll be dividing them into 8 equal parts like this. Okay? You can make as many buns as you want to, and here you are. I'm shaping the buns like this. Okay? Use cold butter to butter your baking tray because we want to be on the safer side. Okay? Cover with a piece of cloth and let it rest for half an hour. After that, take 1 egg yolk, add some milk to it and mix it. Okay? Now we are going to brush our buns with it. This will make your buns very nice and shiny. Add some sesame seeds over it and bake it in a preheated oven for 30 minutes at 180 degrees C. Our burger buns are ready. Thumbs up if you like the recipe. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. See you later in another beautiful recipe.